Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you.
Child, y'all better get a chair for this one because Usher and Meek Mill just got exposed for being DL and hooking up with Diddy in his freak-off parties. Now, if you've been on social media for some time, then you've probably heard the rumors of Meek, Usher, and Diddy probably being a throuple and getting freaky with each other. However, there was no evidence at that time to back the rumors, so they got away with it and convinced everybody there was nothing going on. Well, that doesn't seem to be the case anymore, because Diddy just got slammed with another SA lawsuit from a male victim, and it came with all the receipts we needed. Because not only did the lawsuit expose Meek and Usher for being Diddy's freak-off boy toys, but it also went into details about how Diddy has been messing with several young girls and lacing their drinks with substances. At this point, there's no hope for Diddy at all. Just when we thought the things Cassie accused was the worst of it, these allegations pop up. Okay, so just in case you somehow missed out on all the tea, the internet has been buzzing after Diddy got slapped with another SA lawsuit. However, this time it was a man named Rodney Jones. He's a producer who was supposed to be working with Diddy for some songs for his album, but things spiraled from them trying to make music to Diddy exposing him to his bizarre freak-off parties and repeated SA. Not only did Rodney expose Diddy, but he also name-dropped a couple people in that lawsuit, including Diddy's son, Justin Combs, Young Miami, Usher, and Meek Mill. Apparently, Justin and Miami were the who went around scouting for S-workers for him, including girls, while Usher and Meek Mill were his boy toys that he could frequently hook up with. Rodney said he also caught Christian and Chris getting freaky with young girls at the party. Not only that, but Rodney said Diddy coerced Stevie J into a gay freak-off session with him and some other white executives in the industry with the promise of getting Stevie a Grammy for Producer of the Year. Now, you're probably wondering how Rodney even ended up in Diddy's camp in the first place. Well, according to this lawsuit, he moved into Diddy's house in 2022 per Diddy's request so they could work on some music together for Diddy's album. However, Diddy had his own motives for inviting Rodney over there, and music was just the cover-up. He accused Diddy of constant, unsolicited, and unauthorized and touching of his and other private parts. He also said Diddy would sometimes lace his drinks with all kind of substances so he would lose consciousness. Once he passed out, Diddy repeatedly SA'd him and did whatever he wanted to him with no consent. He even recalled the time where he woke up dizzy and confused in a bed with Diddy and two workers and believed that Diddy had him. This is where things get even crazier, because somewhere in that lawsuit, he exposed Meek Mill and Usher as some of the people who used to come to these parties. Now, Rodney wasn't able to explicitly mention Meek Mill or Usher's name in the lawsuit, like he did with everybody else, but he gave some descriptions of them with very specific details that pretty much made everybody aware of who he was talking about, because Meek was described as a, quote, Philadelphia rapper who dated Nicki Minaj, and Usher being described as, quote, a male R&B singer who performed at the Super Bowl and had a successful Vegas residency. And of course, Meek is in fact a rapper from Philadelphia who dated Nicki Minaj from 2015 to 2017. Usher is just coming off of his successful residency, which grossed over $100 million, and he in fact did perform at the Super Bowl not too long ago. I mean, the shoe fits a little too well. Anyway, going back to Rodney's lawsuit, he also claimed he witnessed Usher and Diddy hooking up several times and making out with the young girls that Young Miami and Justin brought for Diddy. Rodney recalled the time where they were all partying on Diddy's yacht, and he saw both Meek and Usher fornicating with several girls. The lawsuit said rapper Meek on Mr. Combs' yacht consorting with underage girls and S-workers. He also detailed detailed the time where Diddy literally confessed that he slept with Usher, Meek, and Stevie J. According to Rodney, Diddy made this confession when he was trying to convince him to sleep with him. He wanted to make Rodney feel comfortable joining in on these freak-offs by dropping some of the people that he's been doing it with. However, this obviously ain't work because Rodney was still not interested, and he's now putting them on blast in a lawsuit for the whole world to see. The lawsuit stated Mr. Combs informed Mr. Jones that he engaged in with rapper Redacted, an R&B singer Redacted, and Stevie J. Child, people were beyond disgusted by the things that Diddy has been doing with Usher and Meek, and they jumped on social media immediately to drag them. The backlash got so bad that Meek started spiraling and tweeting a bunch of random things in a desperate attempt to defend himself, but folks were not hearing it. He said, "I would trash any celebrity if they tried a wild move on me. No pics literally go crazy on them. That is all. I'm from Philly, man. All my guys watch me around this wild industry. Every black blog site enhanced that post to make me seem gay. I change laws for our people. I donate millions. They are designed to destroy the image of black leaders. It can't work with me though. Y'all really gotta me, and I still will get bigger after death. This God, not me." He also got into a huge Twitter feud with DJ Academics. Now, I would usually never waste my time defending Academics, but he didn't do anything wrong this time. He was simply reporting the details of the lawsuit, and Meek started to go off on him like he's the one that made up the allegations or something. You just cannot make this up. And what's even crazier is that out of the countless tweets that Meek put out, he actually never denies anything that Rodney said. It took hours of him tweeting and ranting before he finally addressed the allegations. He said, "I'm from Philly. I don't do or freaky nobody won't even offer me because I'm that heavy. No man would ever approach me about gay activity, and the whole place don't get flipped. Woke up seeing this on every blog like they know how I'm coming, LOL." Now moving on to Usher, he is yet to address these allegations, but some people are now bringing in the fact that he was just 14 years old when he met Diddy. So it is very likely that Diddy manipulated him and got him into these freak-off parties. See, when Usher was just 14, he was handed over to Diddy by L.A. Reid to mentor him because at the time, Diddy had something called Flavor Camp, where he mentored a bunch of young artists into becoming superstars. So, at the young age of 14, Usher moved all the way to New York to live with Diddy. Yeah, he lived in the same house that Diddy was having these parties at. Usher himself later admitted that he was made to see and engage in some very wild stuff that he had no business seeing at that age.
Moved to New York City, and I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you over to something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn
Flavor Camp.
Yeah,
Flavor
that's
Camp.
what it was called. And you're going to go to Puff Daddy's. He's going
In the 90s, do you understand what that's like?
Puffy's place was like just filled with chicks and like nonstop, right?
No, not really. It was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you seeing?
I went there to see the lifestyle.
Right.
And I saw it. And it was but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild.
And your parents
Jodeci,
were
Mary J.
okay?
Blige, they didn't know nothing about it.
Oh.
I was having a good time, you know what I mean?
Does he have you doing any chores? Are you doing dishes at all? I mean, to keep you humble somewhat? Or are you just like, can you stay up till 4 a.m. with them and party?
I mean, I could. I actually stayed up longer than them.
And when he was asked if he would ever allow his kids to go to Diddy's Flavor Camp, he said no.
Would you ever send your kid to Puffy Camp?
Hell no.
As if that ain't bad enough, there was also a video where Diddy almost slipped up and exposed the times where he and 14-year-old Usher would sleep together, but he quickly caught himself and backtracked.
Brother right here from day one, we used to wake up and, pause, but like just back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the Frosted Flakes, you know?
Usher later had an interview with Essence for his cover story, where he hinted at him and Diddy being more than just friends. According to the article, Usher was pretty chill during the whole interview, until he was asked about the stuff that went down while he stayed at Diddy's house. He said, "I want to say some for my book one day. I'll put it this way, there was a lot of S. So, as y'all can see, this has been going on for a minute now. Diddy has been able to drag half of the men in the industry into these freak-offs. And the wild part is, there's still a bunch of them who are involved but haven't been exposed yet. There's a lot of sick stuff going on, and hopefully this lawsuit brings us one step closer to digging out all the questionable people in this industry. As usual, people had their own thoughts to say about this, and they wasted no time making it known. One person said, Diddy is bragging about sleeping with Meek Mill. Diddy knew that dude was gonna tell on him. Diddy is blackmailing everybody that he slept with. Diddy passed Meek Mill around to his rich friends. We remember Meek Mill was doing the bunny hop for his new home friends. Another person said, it's even more disturbing because if Diddy did indeed have relations with Usher in the past, that would have been straight up because he's known that man since he was a literal child, 13 years old. But now I want to know your thoughts. What do y'all think about Meek and Usher getting exposed for indulging in freak-offs with Diddy? And do y'all believe that Diddy really got Usher into becoming one of his freak-off partners? Y'all been knew what to do. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And don't forget to click here to watch this other very messy video.